Assemblyman, first of all, I applaud you for trying to look out for your constituents. While you were campaigning, you heard a lot of concerns, and I think that's a great way to learn from our constituency. I'm concerned about the preservation of these mobile home or manufactured home parks, and I think what we might be doing here is causing their demise prematurely. We know that right now in New Jersey, multiple dwelling housing, high-density housing seems to be the rage. Our communities are being forced to add them into their communities, and many options for some of these communities might be to offer a manufactured home owner or manufactured home park owner an option to put high-density housing in replacement of these mobile homes. We must consider the people who live there and the reasons they live there. We have people, for example, transitioning from an apartment to a mobile home and hopefully to their own single-family home. That's a person who would be affected adversely by this. We have people who have moved from a county or a community where their schools are woefully inadequate into another county where the schools are superior. And I can use Bergen County as an example. We have mobile home and manufactured home parks in Bergen County. You see people coming from other counties and they'll take a facility like this, use it so they can get their children into high quality schools, and they suffer because the location is maybe a little inconvenient and everything else, but they're doing everything they can for their children, and they use this as a vehicle to get their kids into a great school. Then we have the other group of people who are escaping high-density apartments, and they're saying, I want to have a little bit of space, even though it's a little bit of space of my own, a little bit of extra privacy, and they use a manufactured park as their access to that little bit of the American dream. What we're going to do here is we're going to get these people who are the owners of these manufactured home parks to start looking more seriously at selling their properties off for high-density housing in the same community. This is not what you want to do. This is antithetical to what you want to do. You want to help the residents of these parks, and so do we, and we're going to do something that's going to create their rapid departure. I believe, as my other colleagues have mentioned, local rent leveling boards are best qualified to determine what the rent increases could possibly be if we're going to use that mechanism. They may know, for example, that they had a MUA or a sewer increase that would predispose a mobile home or manufactured home park owner to have to raise the rent. And they'll understand and say, okay, in this particular year, we're going to allow you a little bit more than we normally do. We should leave that to the town fathers, town mothers, anyone who's in local government to handle that, because they do know what's best.